So hi guys, here we are. We're going to do a review of the new Toyota Hilux Rogue. This is the new 2024 mild hybrid 48 volt model. We'll have a look around and let me know what you think. So guys, looking around the vehicle, it looks exactly the same as the standard 2023 Hilux Rogue. Not a lot of difference. You can't really see any difference in the vehicle. All exactly the same spec. There's no real identification to show that this is the 48 volt mode. Sorry, the 48 volt model. Standard spec on this vehicle, absolutely standard. It's got the metallic white paint on it. I think it's a nice looking vehicle. I absolutely love it. So I bought this vehicle 1 week ago. I've now had it for just over a week. I upgraded my previous 2023 Hilux Rogue for the 2024 48 volt model. And I can tell you I'm really pleased with the new one. I absolutely love it. It's a super cool car. So guys, some things I'd point out about the car. You can see on the front, it's got the 360-degree cameras, so you can see the camera there just underneath the Toyota badge. It's got the fog lights everywhere. What else? You've got your cameras underneath your mirrors, so you can see all the way around the vehicle. And then around the back of the vehicle, likewise, you got your little camera. You got your camera just here as well, which allows you to see everywhere around the vehicle. Handy having the motorized back on it. It's really handy. It's handy if you're shoving your shopping in there. It does have the dampers now on it. It's got the standard Toyota dampers, so that it's a lot easier to open and close the back on it. The back on the 2023 model, if you don't have the dampers on these, it feels incredibly heavy. Whereas now that you have the dampers on, it's so much easier. Literally, you don't have to worry about this slamming down if you accidentally drop it. So it's nice. However, one thing I am actually really disappointed with is they have fitted that badly. I mean, look at that gap there. I'll be taking it in for its first service and seeing if they can sort that out. It's not as bad at this side, but still it's not perfect. Probably about a 1 mil gap too much at this side. But on this side, it's like a 5 mil gap there. That's a bit disappointing, Toyota. Bit disappointing. What else can I tell you about the vehicle? I mean, as I say, it's really standard. It is really handy having the side steps for when you want to climb up and clean the roof. It's got all the fancy suspension on this, so it's a lot easier when you're driving. It just feels a lot more comfortable on the road when you're driving. It feels a lot more solid. If you don't have any weight in the back, it's because of the improved suspension on it. It just drives far better than the lower model, you know, the SR5 or the Hilux SR. It does come with the blacked out windows for the back and the side, which is nice, makes it look nice. Other than that, what can I tell you? Nice looking car. I absolutely love it. Okay, we'll have a look on the inside. So let's have a look on the inside. One thing I'll point out is, Toyota, why do you put carpets in this model? I mean, it's a Hilux. A Hilux is not meant to have carpets in it. I mean, I get it. This is the luxury model. I do get it. But that's the first thing that you will rip out and put some rubber mats in, because of course if you get a Hilux, you know you're going to put some trash in it and it's going to get messy. So you know, not the greatest of things having it. But it is nice. As soon as you shut the door, you can tell it just blanks out all the sound. On the new model, the 2024 model, it comes with wireless charging now. I will say that that is completely pointless because it doesn't have wireless CarPlay. So why would you charge your phone on the wireless charging pad there when that means you can't actually use you can't use Apple CarPlay? So it seems a bit pointless, because to use Apple CarPlay, you've got to plug it in with a little cord. So you're going to plug your phone in there, and as soon as you plug your phone in, you're going to be charging your phone. So why do you actually need the wireless charger? So yeah, it's great having a wireless charger, but get wireless CarPlay in this Toyota. Make that a better improvement. That's the one thing that I think is a little bit silly. You will see as well here, if you have the 2023 Hilux Rogue compared to this new model, you've lost your new cup holder here. Previously there was 2 cup holders. Now you've got this little pocket there which you can throw some stuff down in there. And then you have these new buttons here. You've got a mode select. You've got is it MTS, and then a drive mode, and when you press this it allows you to select between sports, normal or eco mode. Previously you just had your 2 buttons here in the previous model which allowed you to put it into sports mode or the eco mode. So I wouldn't say I have any preference on either of them. They're both as good as each other. So I'm not too sure why the reason why they have put that in there is obviously they've got this new MTS mode, which is obviously if you're going to be driving off-road and using a lot of the capability. Everything else really standard. You know, your selector for putting it in 4-wheel drive. It does have a really nice premium feel on the inside of this car. It is very, very nice. I do like the blacked interior, even the roof lining. It's all just nice and blacked out and dark. It just makes it feel so much better. But what about those speakers? I mean, what can you say? It just looks like that is such an afterthought, and it just looks like it's got a speaker and it's just been thrown over there and blue tacked into the corner. So really, Toyota, you should fix that. You should make that a little bit better. And again, you got your matching one over here. But it still retains the absolute solid feel of the Hilux, which I absolutely love. So other than that, what else is the difference? What else is the difference on this model? It's pretty stock standard. It's exactly the same. Okay, so guys, just to talk you through what you get in this car, we'll turn the engine on. When you get the Hilux Rogue, you do get that cool little LCD image when it turns on. If you select, I'll select the different modes on this. You can see sport, normal or eco. Changes the colours. Put in sports mode. Looks pretty cool. Doesn't really do anything, but obviously it puts it into a faster mode. You can definitely tell the difference when you put it in a sport mode. It is a lot more responsive when you do that. And it is the cool little details. I do like how you have that, you know, it changes the colour when you do it. You know, it comes with all the standard stuff in here. So this stereo is exactly the same as you get on all the other Hilux models. There's not a lot of difference in it. With this model, you now have with the mild hybrid, you have this additional button here which turns off. What is that? When you put your foot on the brake, it will turn off the engine when you come to some traffic lights, or when you're driving your stop. But if you want to stop it, you just turn that and it will stop it from happening. Everything else is completely standard here. You know, your standard dual zone aircon. You do have your heated seats. You you got your downhill assist, your traction control off. What else? You got your charger there. You got another one there. If you want to plug in a few things into it. One thing that is pretty cool is in here, I don't know whether you notice, you have a little air vent here. So if you put it on cold, you'll get cold air blowing into that little compartment to keep everything cool in here. Keep it all cool in there, which is nice. You got your big pocket there. They are handy pockets at the side where you can put your drinks, and they are nice, aren't they? The little lighting on the door panels, which you also have in the back, which is nice. So it is a nice looking interior. On this model you get the, if you're involved in a crash, press that button and it will automatically call emergency services. It's amazing. So that this vehicle comes with, I believe, 3 years worth of connected services on this vehicle, and it will also track your vehicle wherever you are. So if this vehicle is stolen, you can go on your phone app and you can see exactly where your vehicle is. So it's going to be hard for someone to steal this vehicle. It's got 9 speakers in this car. You've got 2 on the front there, you got that one there, 1 across here, you got your 2 on the side, 1 on the side there, 1 there. You then have your 1 down there, which is hard to see, and you have the matching one over there, so that makes it 6. And then you've got 2 in the back, 1 at either side, and then you've got another one randomly somewhere. Not too sure, I'm sure it is that up on the line. What else? What else can I tell you about this car? I love the interior. I do love how it's such a solid feeling interior. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but I love how this has got such a hard plastic feel on it, because it makes you feel like you could whack that with a hammer and you wouldn't leave a mark. Whereas if it was with any other car, if you smacked it with a hammer, you'd leave a complete mess everywhere. So that's what Hiluxes are all about. They're about just a complete rugged feel in them, which I absolutely love. So it is a nice looking car, and I completely love it. Absolutely love it. One thing that I did get straight away when I got this vehicle is I just bought this little insert here, so that it's got like a little tray. Just get them off eBay for like 20, I think it was like $15-20. Just makes it easier for you to put your keys in and keep it tidy away in there. So if we go in the back of this car, it is really roomy. We get in it, get a bit of light in here. Not that it gives you a great deal, but there's plenty of space to get in the back. Enough space for 3 adults squeezed in the back. It wouldn't be incredibly comfortable if you're on a long ride, but for a short ride you'll be absolutely fine in here. And it's a nice interior, and you've even got the center armrest with a couple of drink holders, so it feels nice. You've also got these little hooks here, so you can hang a coat hanger on there, and you've got your little hand support things there to hold on everywhere while you're in the vehicle. So in this car, with this having the 48 volt technology, I understand the big 48 volt battery is sitting under the seat here. So previously, if you didn't get the mild hybrid, you used to be able to pull the seat up and you would have a little pocket underneath the seat that you could store, like for instance, store your toe ball tongue. If you didn't have your toe ball tongue in your vehicle, you would just pull the seat up and you could put it in there. Now you can't do that anymore. You do get your air vents in the back, and you've got your USB-C chargers over there. These are nice as well. You've got these little hooks here that just flip out, and you've got them in both seats here. Little things that flip out. Nice. It's nice. It feels like it's a premium car. Really luxurious. So one of the things I didn't mention, if you get the Rogue, you get the tow bar as standard, so you don't even have to pay for that. It comes as standard. The leather interior comes as standard. Of course, you get the motorized roller cover. You get all of these fancy trim bits. You get these fancy lights in the Rogue. These trim pieces here, you can see it's like a piano black. And likewise, this is a piano black here. That button there is a metal button. You get piano black here. You get your speakers here, just a nice black finish. Your roof lining is black. You do get your carpets in here, which are a bit silly. You should, the lower model comes with the rubber mats, which is really what you need in a Hilux. But other than that, what else? You do get the cool, the cool Rogue LCD screen with the little, the little image that comes up on your screen, and it just looks so much more refined in the Rogue model as compared to the SR5. So yeah, guys, it's a nice car. So guys, one other thing that I'll tell you about this car is when you're driving the Hilux, you're so much higher up off the ground. With it being a lot higher, you just feel so much more safer on the road, because in the event of you being in a crash, you're higher off the ground, so you're gonna, in any crash, if you're going against any of the vehicle, you're gonna come off pretty well if you're in this thing, and the other vehicles are gonna get squished and you'll probably be all right. So it's so much safer being in this vehicle. So looking in the back of the Hilux, open it up, drop it down, and you've got bags of space in here. Absolutely bags of space in here. You got your lights on either side, and it has plenty of space in here. But you'll see it has the marine grade carpet in here, which is good for some things, but it's bad for other things. If you're wanting to cart some gravel in the back of your Hilux, or if you're wanting to dump a ton of soil, you do not want to be putting it in here with your carpets in here. I mean, of course you could hose it down, but you really don't want to dirty it up. So it does make it more luxurious, but it is a bit silly. So you can tell this vehicle, the Rogue, is aimed more towards someone who is not going to be using it as a workhorse, because you wouldn't buy this vehicle and just dump all your rubbish in the back, all your tools. Or maybe you would, but I think if I was going to be doing it, I would stick with the Hilux SR5, which doesn't have the roller cover, doesn't have the carpet in the back, and I'd pay around $300 or $400 to get a plastic tray, and then you can throw anything in the back. But it does looks like a cool vehicle. So the Hilux Rogue, it is standard. It's the standard 2.8 turbo diesel engine in it, which gives you 150 kilowatts, it's decent. That's a decent enough amount of power. It's It's a bit of a lead. Well, is it a leader in its class? It's not a leader, but it's definitely up there at the top. So more than enough for what you want. I do like how you got the electric seats, so it just feels a lot more like a posh car on the inside. It's very nice. So guys, so how much are these vehicles? So the 77 grand, well, 77,000 Aussie dollars. That is about it's about $8,000 or $9,000 more expensive than the Hilux SR5, so the model below. So is it worth paying the extra 8 or 9 grand? I would definitely think so. That's why I bought it. Though what you get extra for your money is you get far better suspension. You get the leather interior as standard. You get the 48 volt technology mild hybrid as standard. You also get the motorized cover on the back with the lights in the back. You get a nicer interior. It's a far nicer interior on this one than the SR5. On the SR5 it comes with a creamish roof interior, and there's a lot more plasticky pieces in it, whereas on this one they change out quite a few of those pieces and puts just quite a few more shinier, darker, black looking, just glossy black finishes everywhere, which make it just look a lot nicer and tidier on the inside. A couple of the plastic buttons on the Rogue, sorry, on the SR5, they're a lot plasticier, whereas on the Rogue they've taken them out and they've changed them with these metal buttons. So it just feels a lot more premium when you're getting the Hilux Rogue. So I think it's worth its money. I think it's worth the extra 7 or 8 grand that you pay for this vehicle. The downsides of this vehicle is, with it being more of a luxury vehicle, when you have the carpet in the back, the marine carpet, it stops you from being able to use it as much as you would do otherwise. When you get the SR5, of course, you just get a plastic cover in the back, and that allows you to dump any rubbish in the back. You can just dump any trash, and you know, if you throw any pieces of wood with nails in it or any rubbish like that, you don't really care if you start scratching the plastic, because that's exactly what it's made for. Whereas when you've got the carpet in the back, you're always a lot more careful with it, because you don't want to be putting a piece of timber with some nails sticking out of it. You don't want it to rip your carpet. So it loses a little bit of the functionality, but it makes it a lot more luxurious. So it's not perfect, but it's pretty cool. It does make it feel far more luxurious. So having owned the SR5 and having owned the Hilux Rogue, I prefer the Rogue, definitely. It's a lot more stable when you're driving it because of the better suspension and the additional bits that I've put on it for the suspension on it. It just feels a lot more solider on the road. So it is nice, very nice. The SR5, I loved my SR5, really loved it. But as I say, the Rogue, it's just so nice. I think one of the things that is a lot better about this is, with it having the motorized cover, it stops you from being able to throw as much rubbish in the back. However, if you're going to the shopping, if you're going to a shopping centre, if you're getting all your groceries, then it's a lot easier just to throw it in the back here and then press the button and cover it all up. Whereas if you've got the model below and you get a tonneau cover, it's just a pain mucking around with the tonneau cover, taking the tonneau cover off and then putting it back on. So it's a lot easier with this model. So guys, tell me what you think. Thanks for watching.